right?
Yes. Yay,
Yay!
we're recording.
Okay, so let's get started here. For anybody who is with us, we have a bunch of friends here that either know each other or maybe don't. But if you don't know who I am, my name's Robin Tamani. I'm director of my team, Be the Starlight. And then we have some other fun guests here talking to us, Stacy. And I know Sue has a few things she's going to talk about. But Stacy, you want to introduce yourself real quick
Hi,
and say Miss
I
Sue?
am I am Stacy. I just decided my team name, which is Team Believe, Achieve, Succeed. Um,
Yay!
so yes. Sue?
Hi. Oh, wait. Hold on, you guys. I'm on the wrong screen. I was trying to find this slide. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. Maybe. Yay! I'm back. Can y'all see me? Maybe. Can y'all see me? No?
I don't know.
Can you see me?
I can hear
Yep,
you.
I can
You
hear
can
you
hear me?
start your video.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what's happening, but so I am this host has asked you to start your video. Okay. Yay, here I am.
All right, there you
I
are.
am not a computer person. That is my like biggest weakness. So, and Stacy and Robin can tell you. But I am Sue, and I am on Robin's team, and I am super excited. I am a star consultant, hoping to be a director before the end of the year. That is my goal, and I am claiming it right now, y'all. Boom.
Amen, sister.
Yes.
You will be.
Okay, so our quick training here, this is week 2 of our little series. If you haven't watched week 1 yet, then you are welcome to go back to either my YouTube channel or on our team pages and whatnot and go ahead and find week 1. But this mission of ours, this mission that we're on, and we want to be able to help people who want to grow their business beyond it being a hobby. There is no reason why you can't make this a hobby and just stick at that. But if you want to actually grow this into something that is, income producing for yourself month after month, then you have to do kind of and know the right steps to be taking in order to make it that way. And so week 2, if you want to go ahead and hit the space here, week 2, week 1, really, we looked at the 3 legs of success for how to make this a successful business. And both Stacy, myself, and Sue, this is not a brag moment, insert income disclosure statement here, but we've kind of all gotten to the point where we're getting really good at these things. And evidence of that, is the fact that we all 3 earned the incentive trip for Hawaii. We got notification today that we've got that. Audit went and all the things. So like when we're suggesting some of these things to y'all, like these are suggestions that we've seen things work. Okay, these things work. These are really the things that you have to focus on if you want to try to build something here. And nothing is learned overnight. Nothing is something that you're going to learn in a day. It's a something you got to be willing to, I don't say commit to, but like commit to understanding that, hey, this is a learning process. I didn't learn all this in a day. It took me like 6, 7 months to really get my thing going and then figuring this out. And so what we're going to work on tonight and give you advice on is really the first leg of success, which is how to get PRV, how to get sales, how to maintain and get high PRV and high sales, because ultimately that's what your business relies on. If there's any stool out of these that is like the first one you have to get to, hey, did you have to figure out how to do PRV in sales? Because then from that, you'll learn who you meet. You'll get to meet people to then suggest the idea of joining Scentsy to recruit. And then from those people that you recruit, you can coach. And then it's a big, giant full circle. So if you don't have that leg, then this is all tough. It's not going to be very easy to do. And if you want to kind of go, Sue, into like the importance of like really where's the baseline of where your PRV comes from. I mean, it's meeting customers, right?
Right. And I mean, I think the biggest thing, um, I know like first getting into this and just having to overcome. I mean, I'm not a shy person at all. But a lot of times people that I will talk to will say like, I can never do this. I'm shy. I'm this, I'm that. Like, you have to get that out of your head. Like, you have to be willing to put yourself out there, because this is a people business. It's a customer service, like knowing how to talk to people. And like, even when we went to the world tour back last month in Fayetteville, I was so surprised at the number of people, like when they were handed the mic for different like question answer things or sharing, like, oh my gosh, I'm shy. Oh my God. And I was like, oh, like, how do you do this and be shy? So like, you got to get that out of your system, because, you know, if you're going to host parties, or, you know, go and have your hostesses doing parties and so forth, like, you have to, I'm not saying like you have to be this like outgoing person that, you know, like, don't be somebody you're not, but you definitely like cannot be afraid to talk to people, because you've got to be able to share like why you're doing this. And you know, you can't be afraid to talk to people and say like, hey, this is, you know, this is what I'm doing, would you be interested in having a party, so to speak. Like, you just like it easy conversations can lead to so many opportunities. This is just an example. So I work for Carillion, and of course Carillion is a big like no soliciting, no this, no that. Even though I have sold several things within the confines of the hospital, but we're not going to talk about that right now. But anyway, yesterday I was talking to one of the girls who's on our team. Now I work in the admin office, but we have people that are guest services that work on the they're like in the main part of the hospital. And so we were talking about something, and I don't even know, something about like decorations and this and that. And she said something about, you know, gnomes. And she was like, oh my gosh, like I'm crazy about gnomes, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my gosh, me too. And she was like, yeah, this, that. And I said, let me show you my favorite one. I just got it out for Easter. And so I got my phone and whipped out my picture of the Easter gnome. And she was like, oh my gosh, that's the cutest thing. She was like, where'd you get that? And I was like, Scentsy. And she was like, how? I said, I'm a consultant. And she was like, what? I never knew. And it's just because, you know, like we can't talk about it at work kind of thing. And she was like, no way, do you have a catalog? I was like, here you go. Took it out of my bag, gave it to her. And she was like, you know, asking me this, asking me that. And I was like, oh, we need to talk about like, you know, maybe we could do a party, or maybe we could do that. And it was just like so nonchalant. And it wasn't like anything that I was looking for at all. And she didn't expect it. I didn't expect it. And so I guess my point is like unexpected conversations can lead to opportunities. And those are the things that lead to PRV, because not only then was she talking about it, but the other girl at the desk was like, I love Scentsy. Oh my gosh, you sell it? And she just started working there like a month ago. Do you have a catalog? Do you have a link? I'm like, boom, boom, here you go. So again, it's not like I was walking around holding up a sign saying, I sell Scentsy, I sell Scentsy. But it's just about like being yourself and just, you know, like having a casual conversation, what it can lead to. So, but you know, just having conversations when you know people are going to love, like I know Robin shared about the coffee mug Scentsy warmer that's coming out. Like everybody knows, like when I think of, one of the first things that I think of Robin, I associate is with coffee, because she's like a coffee holic. And so that is like a golden opportunity with her sharing that for people to be commenting about, you know, those kinds of things. Like you find common, you know, common ground, and it's a matter of like getting to know your friends and your customers, and your customers, in all honesty, like you want them to become friends. But it's all about, you know, one thing I've learned, and so I celebrated my first year back in October. So now I'm like a little over, not quite a year and a half into it, but I've had to learn that you have to constantly meet new people. Like you need to meet new people as customers, you need to meet new people to join your team. Because if you are continuously like depending on the same people, like the well is going to run dry. Like I have a group of friends that support me like month in and month out, but I literally like cannot depend on them to, hey, have a party. Hey, have a party. January, February, March. Like it's just not realistic. It's not going to happen. So, but you have to use those people, not use those people. That's not what I'm trying to say, but you know, utilize those people that know people that, you know, so when you're having a party, like my mindset has always been like parties should breed parties. And that just means more PRV, more opportunities. I mean, it's just kind of like a domino effect, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Stacy, hit the space real quick. So like when Stacy and I, Sue, I don't mean to interrupt, when we were at
No, you're fine.
And Stacy, echo me or tell me what you remember, but when we were at boot camp, because Stacy and I attended director boot camp, one of the very first things they told us was your Scentsy business is like a bucket with a hole in it.
Yeah.
And what that means is that as you are filling up this bucket with people, PRV, whatever, there's always going to be holes. There's always going to be people that you accidentally forget to follow up with. Let's be serious. There's always going to be people that like stop using Scentsy for a little because life gets busy or this or that. And so literally, guys, ladies, gentlemen, whenever I start a new month, actually about a week or two before the new month, I start thinking to myself, not who's going to party for me necessarily, but like, how am I going to meet new people?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't figure out how you're going to plan to meet new people, then your bucket's going to go dry. And if your bucket goes dry, then you have no PRV. You cannot rely on the same 10 people to keep purchasing from you. But those people know people, and you can approach them and ask them if in a very casual way, if they would be willing to host for you or whatever. And we're going to go into like different ideas about that. Stacey, do you recall that when they told us that? That was one of the very first things they told us.
Oh, I was muted, sorry.
That's
Yes,
okay.
that was they I think it was Jason that was talking about it because he kept reiterating that we have to meet new people and that you always have a goal of meeting someone new. I think my sign's in the other room, but I got my notebook. Handy dandy little boat camp notebook with all of our notes. Actually, it might be in here, honestly. But
It is.
yes.
It is. And so that's really the goal. And so if you want to have high PRV, try asking yourself instead of like, what am I going to share this week on my Facebook thing or whatever? No, ask yourself, what's my plan to meet new people? How am I going to meet new people? And if you want to hit space bar, Stacy, like there's a lot of ways you can do it. And our goal with this little meeting here is just to kind of inspire you and think outside the box of what ways you can do this, but also give you some real practical things that you can do or say to people to get them to potentially help you meet new people. And so
Yes.
you want to talk about these, Stacy, and go into like, and y'all have the notebook, write some ideas down here, like how you can grow your customer base other than just simply having somebody host a party.
So parties are always our number one way to get our PRV and meet people. But I have found referrals are almost as important. I got tagged, what was it, Saturday morning? I was sending Robin messages because I was a little excited, but Saturday morning I got tagged in a post that said who is in direct sales. It wasn't even who was in Scentsy because they're doing a fundraiser for our local music organization, and so they were looking for giveaway baskets. But in the same conversation with the lady, she's actually a realtor and wants to do realtor baskets so that she can stand out amongst the other realtors in her office because there's like 8 of them. And she wants to be able to stand out with what she does for her customers. So, not talking about it, but because someone tagged me in this post, I now have someone who wants to place a large, basically, party to then be able to pass out to all of her customers, her home buyers. So referrals and word of mouth, getting it out there is a constant way of getting higher PRV, meeting new people. We talked about Facebook Marketplace. Rob and I were trying to talk about it because, you guys, Facebook Marketplace is a very fine line to walk. So you can always advertise that you have free samples on Facebook Marketplace. The other thing is, when we are on Facebook Marketplace, you can advertise what is currently in the catalog. But instead of them ordering from, you have to have your link to your website for them to order from. You can't be like having the conversations. They have to be able to directly go order. So it's a very fine line to walk. I prefer just to do the samples. Sorry, puppy and getting into stuff. So I mainly just do the samples. I know that, like, if it's certain launches that are coming up, I will post, like the Friends launch I posted on Facebook Marketplace. Some of the big launches I'll do, but most things I won't put on Marketplace yet because I'm not real sure of all of them. Facebook groups. Join groups that are about you. So I'm a teacher, so I'm on a lot of these math teaching. I'm going back for my MBA, so I'm in a bunch of business groups now. Oh, goodness, dog. So join groups that let you connect with people. Have the social interactions. Do not just be on there as like a background. They're not going to know who you are. You have to be interacting. And that's the other thing. It's social media, not sit and watch. So for you to be using social media, you have to be interactive and social on it. Fundraisers. So fundraisers can be a blessing or they can be a bust. You have, for your fundraisers, like, it's amazing to give back to others. I do probably at least one fundraiser a month, sometimes 2 and 3. Fundraisers were probably, oh yeah. Right now I have 2 that I'm setting up. One is for a girl and her mom to go to Europe with their field hockey team. Because she's on a traveling team. So I'm working on setting it up so that we can go help support them and pay for them to go. I've done cheerleading, band, families, everything that you possibly could give to an organization. Every organization is always looking for money. You have to put it out there. Like, I don't even just I don't just post on Facebook. I actually send messages to the different cheer squads, send messages to the softball leagues, send messages to some of the churches, some of the animal shelters. The one that's doing this one, actually, her mom works with me. So it was more of a conversation at work. But you have to be willing to go out of your little area and talk to people. What was the other one I had? I had 6 pictures. Oh, YouTube. I was trying to remember. I somehow didn't write it down. YouTube. I don't do as much with YouTube. Robin does a lot with her YouTube. With
yeah, I can kind of talk on that.
Yeah, you talk YouTube.
So I'm no YouTube master like Angie is. Angie, if you're watching, shout out to you. But I'm gonna tell you what, that is how I found Angie. That's how I got started with this. So when people go to YouTube, I hope y'all can hear me. Yes. Okay. When people go to YouTube, you already bypassed half the battle with them finding you because they are searching for something, right? If someone goes to YouTube and wants reviews on Scentsy's best-selling waxes, then you type that in and they find your video, you already found a customer right there. Now, if they like you and you are yourself and you are showing your personality and they can connect with you somehow, some way, then they might just choose you as their consultant now. It's all about liking, knowing, and trusting them. And so it's a really good platform to reach people well beyond your little town of wherever you are. It's something you also have to be very consistent with, is what I've learned. I'm in the process of rebuilding mine because I was very, very consistent at the beginning with it, like when I first started. And then I was like, holy cow, this is a lot. And I had to pick out what I wanted to do and not want to do. But it is one of those things that if you're comfortable talking in front of a camera, or if you're willing to be uncomfortable and grow yourself, then it is something that is worth trying. And I can give tips on that. I don't want to go into how to X, Y, and Z on all the things right this second, but just know that that is something that is a good opportunity to grow your customer base.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
I have a question about the fundraisers.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so for the fundraiser situation, how do they raise the money? I guess is kind of my question.
Okay.
So like, are they like throwing like a party and like they're getting just like the rewards, or how is like that like a fundraiser, if that makes sense?
So there are lots of different ways to do a fundraiser. The one that I have starting this week is a full catalog fundraiser. And what they will do is they will place all their orders and then I give back 100% of my commission. So I won't
Okay.
get any of my commission.
Okay.
They will get it all.
But on the flip side, she's meeting a bunch of new customers, potentials, if and
And
only
she's getting
if she
PRVs.
does a good job following up with them.
Reaching
Now,
out.
if you don't follow
Right.
up with them and you don't build that relationship and do that back work, then you just lost $500.
Right.
Right. I get what you're saying. Okay.
And then I can't find it where.
There's other ones you could do too. Is that what you're looking for,
so
Stace? There's
yeah,
like you could do just specifically like scent circles and just scent circles and make a little like a spreadsheet of which ones you can pick from, and we'll charge you this much, and everybody picks their 6 scent circles or whatever.
right.
And then you
And
would
I
distribute
had
them out.
those forms somewhere sitting here and I can't find them now. But so like I have all the forms because like the cheerleaders, that's what they'll normally do because it's easier.
With the scent
And
circles?
yes. And
Okay.
with that, so I have them charge $20 for a 6-pack instead of 15. And I
Which is the
Okay.
catalog price.
15 is the catalog price. We upcharge so that they earn more.
Okay.
So they actually earn like $8 per 6-pack or something like that.
Okay.
If you want to do a fundraiser, message me. I
Okay.
can do them pretty much in my sleep. I have everything saved on my computer. Get those off that computer. It's on my school computer.
You got to get that off there.
Side note.
But that's a great question, Kathleen. And like, just know that you're gifting your paycheck, part of it, right? For that check chunk of where the PRV is coming from. But
Right.
in the good side of things, you're putting your name out there to meet more people. And if you do a good job reaching out to those people and connecting back with them, then it's a good thing.
Okay.
Only if you're going to do a good job with that, you know?
Okay. I get you.
So, all right. Let's go on to partying and stuff because
Yes.
let's talk about, so those are some alternative ways to just meet new people. I'm going to be real with y'all, very, very real. The easiest way for you to meet new people are these things that I'm putting out here right here. Okay. Because I've tried all of these. Okay. I truly have tried all of them. A borrow bag is where you you put a little bit of testers together, or your whole thing of testers, a catalog, get a cute little bag together, whatever product you have on hand. And then you just put some order forms in there and have a friend take them to work for you and share and share and share. Okay. Fundraisers, Stacey kind of talked about. A vendor event is a wonderful opportunity to get into your community. I've had a lot of success meeting a lot of people at vendor events. In-home parties are not dead. In-home parties are actually where they're at this point, because even though people deny they want social interaction, people are hurting for social interaction. Trust me, they want social interaction. Or the other opportunity to meet new people is a Scentsy Facebook party, which I have had some success with that. And I have seen people and made new connections on social media because of that. I really have. So like all of these are great ways to quote unquote party with a Scentsy. And it's just a matter of trying to get them booked. Okay. And what I want to focus on, go ahead and hit the space here. What I want to focus on is how in the world do you get people to say yes to booking a party with you? All right. And I'm talking either a bag party where you're sharing a tote. I'm talking a Facebook party, which is completely on social media. I'm talking the type of party that you have in person. I'm talking send a box to Pennsylvania because I have a lot of non-local customers and they do a bag party up there. I'm talking like a in-home, come to my house kind of thing. But this is how you do it. Okay. And I want you to look at what not to do first. Okay. I feel like I'm getting pumped about this because this is something I get hyped about. Okay. Because this is how you do it. Here's how you don't. Number one, try your best to avoid the word party because it scares people away. The moment you say party, they think, oh, shoot, I need to clean my house. This sounds like a lot of work. And people are like, no, thanks. So alternative ways I say this in like conversation, I might say a pop-up shop, an online pop-up shop. I might call it a sip and sniff, a cash and carry, a sniff sesh, a sniff bag, a borrow bag. Okay. I say nothing about party because it scares people. I don't know why. It's just freaking weird. Okay. But they get scared. Number two, if you expect, and I'm not trying to be mean, but if you expect to just host a party for me and people are going to flock like you, like flies on poop, it's not going to happen. Okay. Like it's not going to happen. Even me, who has done this for 3.5 years and I have over 1,000 customers, they're still not flocking to me. They're still not flocking to me if I post, who wants to party with me? I might get one person, might. And then it's crickets, okay? 90% of the time, it does not work like that, all right? You have to create opportunities to suggest. My mouth is open via fingers most of the time because it's usually done via text because that's how I talk to most people, okay? Unless I see them in person, then I take a big gulp of air and say, okay, just say it, and I get out of my own way, even though I'm scared. Don't be afraid to hear no. People are going to say no to you. People are going to leave you on red. People are going to say, no, it's not time right now or whatever, but don't take that personally. You got to have thicker skin than that, okay? And when you're asking these things, which I will show you examples, I will show you literally the verbiage you can use. You don't want to word vomit on them. You don't want to scare them away by like saying some big, long, giant paragraph and they're like, what the frick is this? I ain't reading all that. You want to make it short, sweet, to the point. Something exciting first, like a sentence that contains excitement, and then the second sentence is a question. Okay? And this is about how to book parties, how to get someone to say yes to whatever it is. All right. Do you have any questions, anybody, about that part? Like what not to do? Because I feel like sometimes it seems like if you're following me, y'all, because you're on my team or you're my friend or whatever on social media, it seems like all Robin's doing is posting and now she's got 6,000 PRV. That's not all I'm doing. Do we have any questions about what not to do? Okay. Now let's talk about what I do say and some examples. Okay. And you can take a picture of this if you want on your phone. I don't know if you're on your phone already, but like, and we can share this with you. But in verbiage, notice all three of these examples. I just did all of these last night, by the way. Sue, was I texting you last night? I was like, look, this is what I'm saying.
Yes,
okay.
You are. Yes.
I just did all these last night. Following up with your customers, whether you got 5 customers, 25 customers, 75 customers, whoever it is, you always want to follow up with them. Okay. And at first it might seem awkward, but I can tell you what, Scentsy is not like other companies. When you follow up with somebody, they appreciate it. I cannot tell you how many of some other company stuff I used to purchase from, okay? And not one person told me thank you, and the person didn't even check in if my order arrived, and I thought that was kind of rude. I also was never followed up by my previous consultant that, and like, that's just not who we are. So don't be afraid to follow up with somebody. And so example, you can read it for yourself on the screen if you're looking at it. For example, I would say to someone, hey, Sue, I'm going to use Sue, okay? Hey, Sue, I just wanted to check in to see if your Scentsy order arrived safely. I know it did because I see the tracking, but let's make sure it came. And it's a reason to talk to them. And they say, yeah, it did. Thank you for checking. Now I would say, great. And this is all via text. I'm so happy to hear that. Did you notice that we have a brand new catalog, blah, 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 that came out? Asking a question. Yeah, no, I didn't see that. Oh, yeah, I did. And then, or they didn't. I'd send them like a URL of the catalog. Cool. Here's the new catalog. What do you say we try getting you some stuff for free? How hard is that? That's not hard. And what are they going to say? Who the heck wouldn't want to try to get stuff for free? Now, if I did a big long paragraph, would you like to get stuff for free when you hit $200 and da 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 da, they'd be like, oh, God, no. But just make it simple and short, right? Another example, okay? They say, hey, I got my stuff. Boo, I'm so excited. And this sounds like me. Something I'd say, my girl, I'm so excited you love all your stuff. Let's get your next order for free and half off. What do you say? And they're like, okay, how do you do that? Right? And then I can follow up and continue quietly and calmly, right? Another example, somebody ordered 3 times for me this past month, for real. Paid shipping 3 times. And I'm like, message, I know. I said, what are you doing? I said, girl, you are obviously obsessed with this as much as I am. Why don't we try to get you some of this stuff on your wish list for free? Do you want to do this month or next month? Look, I gave them a dual alternative, this one or next. And now they're thinking, well, this month don't work, next month, but give them dual alternatives. And then they say that look in their face, what you talking about? What do you mean I can get it for free? Because some people don't realize. And then just give them the simple answer. Well, we can. Let's try to set it up. What date do you want? Pick a date. Cool. All right, cool. I will tell you more info as we get closer, but it's going to be easy and fun, I promise. There you go. Okay. But notice all of those things are in little follow-up messages. Any thoughts or questions about that? Because those are simple ways to do it. Start with something exciting and ask a question. And be prepared for people to leave you on red, because I probably messaged about 30 people yesterday and a lot of them left me on red. But am I upset about it? No. But did I plant the seed of maybe in their head? Sure. And I'm not scared to be left on red. But I also got some yeses. So just kind of keep that in mind. I also want to kind of show you another opportunity for how you can get something booked using Facebook. Okay, something I've done a lot. So Stacey, I don't know what slide you're on because I'm like, I don't know. But I said that it's important that you create opportunities to ask and suggest. Okay. So one of my little techniques, if you look at that little picture where it says pick a flower, notice I have, 36 comments there? All I said was, happy Friday, y'all. Pick a flower number that you'd like from the bunch. I'm doing something extra special because I love you. I will let you know via message what that is. Pick your number now. Ready, go. Right? So then someone's like, ooh, I know Robin does great customer service. Maybe it's something free. Maybe it is. Who knows? Right? So these people are commenting their number. Y'all, I already decided what every number is going to be. I decided every number is going to be a mini warmer. Okay, I don't care what number they pick, no offense, but like every number is going to be a mini warmer. I'm going to utilize my extra half off on a party when a party hits $200. If you haven't figured this out yet, when a party link that someone has hits $200, it unlocks an extra half off item. It's called the Perpetual Party Award. That Perpetual Party Award is meant to either gift your host something for hosting that you're willing to pay half price for, or it's meant to book a party with a party. So I've already decided, let's say that I'm going to gift somebody who has a $200 party for me a mini warmer, a free mini warmer from the catalog, because I'm willing to pay $12.50 to get some orders. Okay. So then I would say, thanks, Boo, you picked number 2. Hey, I'm giving away a free mini warmer for anybody who chooses to host with me with a link. What do you say? Would you like to try? They're like, okay. Or maybe they say no. But notice I didn't say anything about a party, because party scares people away. I asked, anybody who will host with me will get a free mini warmer with a qualifying link. What do you think? Qualifying link means $200. But that gave me 36 opportunities to ask. And am I going to get a yes for everyone? Nope. But might I? Yeah, it was more chances I had than people not answering me and me not asking anybody. Another one similar to that, if you're looking at the screen, is the choose one picture, where we have all these different warmers, full-size warmers from the catalog. And I would post something like that on my regular page, quite honestly. I'm not afraid to share that. Create some engagement on my regular page. And I would say, pick one, y'all. Which one would you pick for your home? Which number? Anybody who answers, you best believe they're getting a message from me. Hey, I see you like number 1. I'm gifting a free warmer, any of these, to somebody who hosts with me. Would you like to try? Now, again, it's in your budget of what you want to use for your extra half off. It could be as simple as a car bar, okay? But that's what I would do. Same idea with the which warmer would you choose? Which one of these would you choose for free? Like, I'm making all these interactive things, not me making them, but I'm finding these interactive moments to post on either my regular page or in my VIP group to allow people to comment what they would like. So I'm like, oh, you would like that. And then me to have the opportunity to mention it to them. It's creating an opportunity to suggest. Is everybody going to say yes? No. But I would, if someone suggested to me, I'd be like, sure, I'll try to get that warmer for free. What do I do? Because there are people like me in this world that would do it. So anyway, I hope that's helpful to hear, like, how am I getting these people to, like, how am I starting these conversations? What do you all think? Is there anything you all have done in the past that you find is helpful whenever, and I mean anybody, Faith or Kelsey or Jennifer or Stacy or Kathleen, any of y'all, like, is there anything that you have done that you have found to be really successful in starting that conversation with somebody? Or what do your conversations sound like? We don't know. We don't remember. Kind of like mine. Maybe you're not having these conversations. If you're not having the convos, then you need to start having the convos, because this is really how you start getting parties booked, you know? Like, I mean that in the
Okay,
best.
so today I stepped out of my comfort zone just a little bit, and I
Yeah.
put in my classroom on my shelf a bunch of catalogs, and I had like 4 parents pick up a catalog, and it just engaged a conversation. And I was like, listen, you can go on there, you can get on my website and check it all out. I was like, if you need help, let me know. I was like, if you host a party, I can get you some free stuff, some half off stuff, whatever you want. I was like,
Did you
but
die when you said it? You wanted to die?
yeah, yeah, I was nervous, but I had 4 people pick up, and like it engaged that conversation. And I had 2 extra orders today, which wasn't a party, but it was an order from 2 different people that I've never sold to.
Amen. So then you're going to follow up eventually, right? And you
Yes,
can
if
use
yes,
some
I'll
of
tell
these as
Stephanie.
ideas. You know what I mean? Use some of these, and that
Yeah.
could potentially get you a party. It's just don't use party.
Right.
Yeah.
Faith, my girl, aren't you a daycare something or another?
I'm a preschool teacher, yeah.
But do you see that? So is Kathleen.
Yeah,
Kind
I
of.
was gonna
am
say
too.
that's
Yep.
a really good idea because a lot of my parents are in my Facebook like VIP page, but none of them have
So are
followed me.
mine.
Yeah.
So are mine, and they
So
don't
that's a
really
lot of my
engage.
stuff is online. I haven't like done anything in person because I need to work on that, but
But that's okay. But you saw an example this weekend, you know, like hopefully
yeah,
that kind of sparked some ideas. But like Faith, you could do that too potentially, right?
to me, yeah, I totally could. That's a
Yeah.
really good idea.
Faith, do you have a warmer in your classroom?
No, I thought about it. Our classroom is really, it's just like one room. So I thought about it, but I kind of don't want to overwhelm. Like when you walk in, because they're 1-year-olds, so I don't want it to be too strong.
Right.
But sometimes during the day, like especially after diaper changes, I've considered bringing something in. But
I put a new one in. I try to put a new one in about maybe every month or every 2 months. And I will say everybody in my daycare has a warmer in their classroom to this day.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. I'll have to
Okay.
find like a subtle scent.
Subtle
Yes.
scent, something calm or
Or
nice.
even like a fan diffuser.
Yeah,
I don't know
Right,
how
that's
many
what I was
times
thinking.
Robin got me a fan diffuser before I started Scentsy.
Bryce,
And
fluffy
when,
flea.
yeah, when Nathan was in my class. So,
Or a fragrance flower in your
yeah,
bathroom.
That's
yeah,
true. Yeah, that's good. I'll have to do that. I need to.
yeah.
It's hard because I just moved here last year, so I don't know a lot of people to like ask to host. All my family's in Maryland, so I'm trying to find a way to like have my mom host, but she's like, how do I do that with all the money and shipping and everything? So,
Yep. Well, I
but
can help you with that. Any of us can
yeah,
help you because we've all done distant things, you know?
yeah.
Now let's talk. I'm going to switch gears for a sec. Let's talk. So those are really, let me back up. So those are really the things that you got to do to like party with Scentsy or like meet people, borrow bags, vendor events, Facebook parties, in-home parties, and ideas of how to suggest to do one. Okay, you're not going to get a yes every time, but you have to make those opportunities to suggest. Now, something to supplement, I'm not saying to run your entire business, but something to supplement your business is how to use a Facebook group to support your business. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to run your entire business, but it can support it. Even when it seems like crickets sometimes, if you do it right, then even if there are crickets, there are still people watching. Now, Sue,
Oh,
remember when I first started you off, right? And Stacy, you can talk about how maybe yours hasn't gone well or, you know, the upside of things. But Sue, when I started you off and when I start anybody off who has a Facebook that I see that they have people that follow them and have friends, right? I'm like, suggest this. I say Facebook group is a good way to share it. It's not the only way, and it's not the only thing I'm doing behind the scenes, but like it's a good way to supplement it. And I told you, Sue, you want to tell them what I told you, how this works and what makes it effective?
Consistency, consistency, consistency.
What's that
You,
mean though? Because some people think consistency means one thing and some people think it means like another.
okay, so you basically have to, you kind of have to get a feel for your audience and decide like if there are key times to where your audience engages the most. But and we were just me and Robin and Stacy, the three of us were talking about this the other night. I can honestly say that since I started this in October, I have not missed a day of sharing on Facebook, and that's every single day, because if you do, it's going to kind of like people are going to be like, well, is she not doing it anymore? Like, what's going on? So you have to be consistent, because if you're not consistent, then it's kind of like, well, is the store closed? Like, what's going on? And I will post a minimum 3 times a day. And that may seem like a lot. And quite honestly, the beauty of scheduling is where it's at. And I remember, when Robin and I were talking about this, and she was like, you can schedule your posts. And I was like, what? And that is the biggest gift. And I know one of the girls, when she first joined my team, she was like, what does that mean? How do I do that? And so forth. I have one of my trademarks, and I started this since day one. I do a good morning post. It's every single day. And it could be funny, it could be inspirational. Like, today was, hump day. I've done stuff before with like the camel. I think this morning it said something about like Wednesday, still not Friday or whatever. I do funny things, and like people know to expect that from me. And I usually post them. The morning one is like 6 a.m. because everybody who knows me that is in my group knows that I go to Tribe, which is a fitness gym. It's a class at 6 a.m. So they know that there's going to be a good morning post for me. Then usually I do a mid morning. Sometimes I do it around 9. It depends. And it's usually like some sort of engagement post. I have found like some different things lately, and I go on Pinterest. So if you're looking to get ideas, like go on Pinterest. But there was something like a week or two ago, and it was like, name a song that has the word heart in it or has love in the title or whatever. And people were literally like losing their mind. Like it was almost like a competition over like who's going to answer this or who's going to answer that. But I'm telling you guys, like that's what you want, because that is boosting your algorithm. That is like, because then what they didn't realize is like right in between that, I was sharing like, you know, whatever, a new warmer or something. So you definitely want to do things that is going to boost engagement. So I will consistently every single day have a morning post, have a lunchtime post, usually at 12:30, and then I usually do one in the evening at 6:30. So again, you have to be consistent, and you also have to be authentic. Like you have to be you, because the name of the game is, we all know there's 5 billion million, well I don't really know how many, but anyway, there's a ton of Scentsy consultants like everywhere. There's a ton in our area, like there's a ton with it. Like Lisa is 3 houses up the street from me, Robin is like 2 subdivisions over, I mean Crystal is close. Like we are all like, there's a ton of consultants, guys. And the thing about it is like, people buy because they believe in you, because they trust you, because of you being authentic. Like they get to know you. Like your customers should also be your friends. Like you should know about your customers beyond the fact that like they just buy from you. Like you should know things about them. You should be engaging on their Facebook posts. Like it shouldn't, it has to be like, I mean, it's got to be a mutual effort. It can't just be like them constantly like, you know, just pouring into you. Like you have to pour into them also. So like when it's their birthday, like recognize that, comment on that. When you see that, you know, their daughter lost her first tooth, like comment on that. So you have to be just as engaged if you want them to be engaged and support you. So you have to be authentic. Like you want them to see you. Like it doesn't always have to be like Scentsy. Like you shouldn't be getting on there like buy. I'm selling this, I'm selling that. Like you know, if it's your, you know, like Emily, you know, Robin was sharing something about Emily reading, you know, like people see that like, oh, Robin's like really, like she's a real person. She's just not a Scentsy robot. Like you want to be authentic. You want to, like, if you're going to be sharing the product, like if you're standing in the bathroom, you know, like using the wipes or whatever, like you don't have to be like, hey guys, look at these, buy these. Like just show yourself using them. You know what I'm saying? And like do lives. Like you have to, you've got to step out of your comfort zone and do a live. I remember I did a live, like I think it was my very first week, and I was like, holy crap. Like when I first went on and like pushed the button, I was like breathing, and like you would have thought I was having like Lamaze training or something, but I did it. Like I overcame it, and now like I love it, because, and I don't care if I get on there. Like I remember one time I was on there and I think like the smoke alarm went off or whatever. um I mean, you got to be silly. Like who cares? Like I'll get on there. I use filters with wigs. Like I had a big orange afro when I was trying to earn Hawaii. Like who cares? Like I don't care. I'm going to get on there, I'm going to be silly, but I like they want to see that. Like they are supporting you because of you. Like they are supporting your business because of you. So it comes down to like being consistent, being authentic, like being who you are, showing yourself using the products. Like, you know, the other night I had just gotten my Easter egg mini warmer that I am like so freaking obsessed with. Like you would think it's like the greatest thing under the sun, but I was so excited, and I like did this video of like, you know, I unboxed it, plugged it in, whatever. Like those kinds of things. Like people see that like, oh my gosh, really, you know?
Mm-hmm. And then Stacy, like, well, let me say this to you. I think that a Facebook group, if you're consistent with that, then it builds trust also,
Yes.
because nobody wants to purchase something from somebody who's wishy-washy. Nobody wants to purchase and give money to an organization or a something that is like, are you sure they're still doing it? Am I really going to get my order? You know, like
Right.
it's going to build trust with them. If you show up every day, they know you're still the Scentsy gal. They should never question, does Sue still sell Scentsy?
Yeah.
Does Stacey still sell Scentsy? I don't know. Don't ever let anybody question that. And Stacey, you've kind of, unfortunately, and we're going to wrap up here. We got 2 more things to share real fast, but like, be vulnerable. How's your Facebook group?
Now, over the
Well,
last 2
then,
months. Okay,
or like
so
prior to me being like, I'm gonna kick you in the butt.
so I will tell you, I was probably the least consistent ever. Probably 2/3 of my business wasn't even run on Facebook.
That's impressive. Like I said, this is a supplemental thing you can do, but it can be good.
Yeah. Most of my stuff was not done on Facebook because I was told when I started teaching
Me
not to
too.
post anything on Facebook. Now, I started teaching 20 years ago when Facebook was very taboo, and like we were not allowed to. And still to this day, when we get our opening packets at the beginning of the year, we get told not to have a parent, have most of our coworkers, admin, anyone on our Facebook. So I was always told no, so I did not really run one. Like I had it and I would post like the collections, but I have been posting a lot more and definitely can tell a difference.
Amen.
And it's Robin's fault.
In a good way. And I said, girl, you're allowed to be yourself, and you're allowed to have friends, and you're allowed to make relationships with the people you work with. Obviously, there are boundaries, but like, hello, you're allowed. I'm allowing you because that's ridiculous. But anyway, sorry, schools. I just say what I said. Oh, well. All right, listen, so be it. Listen, we're going to go.
Robin, I remember
Yes.
when your Facebook was your dog's name.
Exactly. Can I say, Stacey, like, I was so petrified. Anybody who is listening to me right now, judge my life, okay? I was petrified of students, parents, faculty members, anybody connecting with me because I was terrified because they literally send you in an anxiety spin, okay?
They do. It's
I
awful.
know. I was Rye, and the last name was Durr. And I'd be like, who the heck's that? And then Angie was like, you should probably change that to your real name. I'm like, and then I was
No.
like, you know what? I don't
I think
care
that was
because
when Emily was in my class.
right, like, duh, it's me, okay? And so now I've kind of said, you know what? I'm allowed to have a life. I'm allowed to be myself. I'm allowed to do other things, and it's really okay. And I was scared to talk to people, but now I've passed that. It's fine, guys. It's fine. It's really fine. But I know, but know
Bye,
that
Robin.
no, thank you for calling me out because I was there, and then I told Stacey, I was like, girl, no, we're gonna get you a poppin' Facebook page, okay? Hit the enter real fast. So what do you share? So you touched on this, and I'm going to kind of wrap it up here for us because we've been on here for a while. But like, what do you share in a Facebook group to make it pop in? I have several trainings. I've done YouTube videos. I can share those, and I will. But like, number one, be consistent, because if you're not consistent, they forget about you. I'm talking every day. I don't care if you're having a good day, a bad day, a terrible day, what? Share you, share your life, share pictures of you using Scentsy stuff. You don't have to be like, buy it, it's $12.99. Heck no, I don't ever say that. I'm like, look, these swipes are freaking cool. Swipe or no swiping, okay? Look, they're so good smelling. Don't judge me, okay? That's Dora the Explorer. Take a selfie with something. For the love of Jesus, my children have almost run into my live videos half naked. It's fine, okay? Like, and then I, of course, hit end because I'm like, you can't be on the video. Unboxing includes your children. It's okay to do that. Like, people want to see you. They buy from you because you're you, okay? You go live, showcase your favorite scents. These are Robin's top 10 faves. I'm not saying buy them, but I'm saying this is what I like. Here's my least favorite ones, too. These stank, okay? Whatever you want to do, but you have to be engaging. You got to be engaging. Make it fun. Ain't nobody want to like be on some group that's boring. What are they going to they could go spend their time scrolling through something else, make them want to come back to see something crazy happen in your life, your hot mess express hair like I do all the time, okay? I'm holding my damn said that word, sorry, school. My blankie in that picture, you see it says, I don't care what anybody says. I'm 34 years old and I have a blankie and it looks like a rag. I just held that up for my whole entire 400 people in front of me. I don't care, but that's me. And it smells good when I snuggle it, all right? Like, be you, make it fun. We got Apollo showing up, our friend's dog. Like, it's okay. Sorry, I got excited.
I was gonna say, Robin, I don't know if you remember, but you guys, when I found out that I earned Hawaii, and so I decided that night, I was like, I have to get on and I've got to thank everybody because like I was so overwhelmed and everybody's support and everything. And so I had this like grand thing planned out. And you guys, like I couldn't even get through. I literally freaking broke down. Like I'll start crying now. I was hysterical crying. Like it was tears of joy, but I was like such a basket case. But the thing about it is like that's me. Like that's who they know. And like it comes down to being you, and they're always going to choose you because they love you, but like you have to set yourself apart. And it's all about being authentic. Like that's why authenticity is one of the core values, and that's just something that like I've known
It
Robin
resonates with me.
I've known Robin for a long time, and that's just one of the things, like authenticity and generosity. Like whew, I mean, that just like stood out. Those two things stood out as far as with her when I first came to know her, is like Scentsy. Like I knew her as the daycare director when I had Emily when she was a baby, but is when it came to Scentsy. And like that's how I see her. And like that's like you want people to see that in you too. Like you want your customers to see that.
Authenticity,
I cried with you
generosity, and
when I watched
simplicity.
the video.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yes.
So Kathleen, Faith, and Jennifer, you coming to wherever the heck we're going next year? Because if I can do it, Stacy can do it. If Sue can do it, you can do it. All right. I
Yes,
believe in you.
ma'am.
yes.
Like you just gotta, Sue, can I help people to do it? I can help people do it. Yes. You
Yes,
just gotta
ma'am.
follow my lead. So here's your lead. It's
Yep.
all starting now. It's not gonna start in August. Okay. If that's something you want to strive for, if you want to be home with your babies, if you want to quit your full-time job, if you want to make $200 extra a month, because that's life-changing to you. I get that. That was life-changing to me when I was paying too much money for daycare back in the day. Okay. Let me just tell you this. It starts now. And I appreciate anybody who's stayed this long on this video, okay? It starts now. It starts now. And keep it simple. Jennifer, I love you. It's okay. You're going to be, let's do it. Stacy, I don't even know. But Stacy, you got a message in the chat. Okay. I'm so distracted because I'm a distracted cray-cray. Okay, listen. You got to start now. Be simple about it. Be
Absolutely,
authentic.
Jennifer.
Be generous, okay? Now, we have not gone into the exact details of how do I exactly throw an in-home party? How do I exactly do a Facebook party? How do I exactly do a vendor event? How do I do all of these things, like the tiny little steps it takes? I'm going to say, like I say, you kind of got to take a little bit of initiative to try to figure that out a little bit on your own, but we're here to support and to help and for questions. But I don't know, did you share the next slide, Stace? Yes, we are going to share. Stacy and I have been working our butts off to create this document for you, for anybody who wants it, with topics like how do I do a home party? How do I do a bag party? How do I X, Y, or Z, right? And either myself, Stacy, or somebody else that we have watched, personally, I've watched to learn from on YouTube has made a video tutorial. It's not all long, they're not all really long, but it's like, how do you do it? This is how I learned 90% of what I've learned in Scentsy, is by watching a video and trying to implement it. And do I always succeed? No, sometimes I fail, but that's okay because I've learned something and I do it different next time. There are useful documents that we've uploaded here that you just click on that you can print if you feel like you need to print something, okay? There's a space here if you want to use it to like type notes for a sponsor, like what do you want to ask about it? But my challenge to you is start using those follow-up conversation starters, or those moments that you're creating for yourself on your social media. If you have one that there are people following, which warmer would you pick? Pick a flower, whatever. Go to Google and YouTube, Google and type in, pick a number sort of thing and see if something pops up. Add it to your Facebook and then make the opportunity to ask. And then pick out which party type you want to do, or whatever fits best for the hostess's life. So I hope that document is helpful to y'all. We're going to share it. Like I said, I'm going to share it with Be the Starlight. Stacey, you're going to share it with your friends. Sue, you're welcome to share it personally. Same thing, Kathleen, you're welcome to share it personally, because I hope that as a leader, you share with them, your teammates or whoever, like, what did you learn and what did you take from this, so that they can build themselves too, you know?
Yep.
Same thing, Faith. This is for you, girl. Anybody. Jennifer, you're welcome to use it. Like, out shared in Sensational Southern also, for whoever, anybody that wants it. Because this is love, this is support, this is what environment we create for each other. It's always about helping everybody else. Because when you help somebody, you all rise, and we rise together. Okay. Any other questions? Faith, are you good, my girl? Did you learn something?
I do have a question. So sorry, I look rough.
Girl, 99% of the time
You
I
look
look like this,
beautiful.
and I don't look like thanks. Today,
No, my husband's not home tonight, so I'm like all whatever.
We're going to bed. I'm going to bed in 10 minutes.
So I have a Facebook party going, and that's kind of like where all my PRV is coming from.
Yeah,
But like
you.
these people are like I'm not friends with them on Facebook, but I want to add them to my VIP. I just don't know like what's the like I don't want to cross the line and go to like too hard, you know, like do I add them on Facebook and then add them to my page? Is that what you guys do?
I would, I'm gonna speak and then you could talk. Go ahead, Kathleen. What do you do?
That's kind of what I do. So, are you doing a Facebook like party for you or for somebody else?
It's for someone else. I have the VIP page and then I have the like party page.
So I try to message each person like individually as they, interact, and just kind of like touch base with them and introduce myself, and then I go from there, and then I do add them as a friend, and then I invite them to my group. That's kind of what I do.
Okay, because you can't like invite people you're not friends with, right?
Friends with.
Correct.
Okay.
And so I'm glad, Kathleen, you said that. I think you took some advice. I say, hey, before a Facebook party actually starts, I go through the friend list of people who did join, and I say, hey, girl, I just want to say I'm Robin, so I ain't some weirdo. I literally say this to people, because this is who I am. And be yourself. Hey, boo, I'm Robin. I'm some weirdo posted, but I don't want you to think I'm a weirdo because I'm posting. I want to say hi, because I think that's weird when people don't say hi. Hi, I'm Robin. How do you know whoever? How do you know Jane? Okay. And then it starts it. And then as soon as they respond, I go, add him as a friend.
Okay. Yeah.
And then from there, anybody who purchases, especially who purchases, I do that little text I told you. I'm like, hey, so I appreciate you purchasing, would you like an invite to my group where I do some fun giveaways? Because I do. And samples and keep people up to date. You want to ask them if they want to be in it.
Yeah, I texted this lady that ordered from me. I posted like twice in the party page today, and then like this lady bought like $80 worth of stuff, and it was none of the stuff that I shared about, but it was just because she like saw it and then went to go look, and I guess just she bought like 3 soaps and like 3 flowers or something like that. But so I texted her to just like say thanks and everything, and then we started talking, and she typed in her email wrong, like with 2 M's at the end of .com. And so I was like, I can let you know when it ships, and but I don't think she's on Facebook. So I guess texting is like going to be our communication, but now that's there.
Yeah.
So.
But that's okay, because sometimes that's how it is, because there's quote unquote elder people who text me sometimes, who don't have a Facebook, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Good job to you for texting. Was it a little scary? Were you a little scared and nervous?
I was just worried because I didn't even like, how like, I don't know.
It's weird.
It's weird because like I'll see who bought and I'll like go look at their page and be like, oh, they look like they would respond to me. So I'll like go to but this lady, couldn't find her anywhere. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just do it.
Hello, whatever.
Yeah.
But good job for you. That's what you have to do. You have to be kind of forward about it, you know, without being.
Do the catalogs thing and bring some tomorrow and try that out.
Why not?
Yeah, I didn't speak a word to anybody about them. I put them on my shelf, and I just have parents pick them up.
Yeah. I only have 6 in my class, so
those are 6 people that maybe didn't know about it before.
Yeah, and Kelsey's one of the parents, so.
And all it takes is one person.
Yeah.
To breed more.
Yeah, and they're all very kind, so I can see them like just doing it to be nice, but then they'll get a
different. You can put it next to a fragrance flower. Put a cute little fragrance flower out and put it next to it.
That's true. I have the Luna one in my bathroom, and you know how like when you first put them out, they're really strong. So
Luna kind of dies off.
Yeah, so I might bring that in because it's not as strong because it's like half gone now.
But it's super cute.
Yeah, I think I will. That's a good idea.
Put it in your bathroom too. Get another one with rewards and put it in your place's bathroom.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I work in a church preschool, so I might put like a catalog out on a table or something. Like
Put a flower out too.
Is it like a front? Is it like a front desk or something that you can put it on?
Yeah, I think there's my room is like separate because I think they kept the babies away from everybody else. But like there's the 2s and 3s and 4s class like down in like the main preschool.
Yeah.
But I'm mostly in the church part, which would work good for this because church people come and going. So I'll try that.
And
That's
maybe, yep, maybe it'll be left behind. Somebody at church will see it.
yeah. Oops.
And is there like a director? Do you guys have like a director? Is there a director office that you could maybe like bring a like a flower or and leave some stuff like cards, catalogs, anything like that in her office too?
Well, she's actually like one of my main like customers right now. Like she's buying a lot from me like every time there's something new. But so my preschool's kind of weird. The parents don't come in at all. It's all drop off line and car rider line and all that. So that's why it's kind of like difficult to do, but I'll try
So
something.
that's who you get to host a party for you. You hear me, Boo thing?
Yeah.
I'm so serious. How many times has Stephanie hosted for me, Kathleen?
100.
A lot, because she
Not
buys all
really.
the things.
Not
And
really,
now
but
I'm
yeah.
like, well,
Yeah.
And
basically,
she's,
right?
yep.
Yeah, I need to ask her.
Yep, and just make it casual. What do you think we should just get your stuff for free next time?
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
And then keep it short, sweet, and pick a date. Well, what month would you like to try? There. All right. And now you just keep giving her info as the month comes.
So what do you suggest like with my mom being in Maryland and she wants to do a party thing, but like that's like 90% of my people on my Facebook page are in Maryland.
And that's okay.
Make a road trip. So my sister,
Stacey, you can probably stop recording if you haven't, Stacey.
listen, my sister is in Winchester, so she's almost 3 hours from here. And this was last year over the summer, we were planning it. I was like, okay, the fall catalog launches in September.